came to this video with the intention to talk about burnout after art school, and I went on a tangent that lasted 40 minutes. So, what this video is actually about is the creative outlets and hobbies that I have and how mentally, physically, and or emotionally expensive, quote unquote, they are, and therefore how likely I, in my current mental state, am to do them, to release that creative energy and get that fulfillment of making art. So, let's roll. Put on a necklace because I was like, oh, my neck is so bare, it's out of frame. That's fine. Hi, good morning. For me, it's early afternoon. But I did get up pretty early this morning. Honestly, not even that early. It's just when I feel like being a morning person, I become a morning person. Or it's like when I have the freedom to be a morning person, I'm a morning person. Like when I'm going to work, I'm like, no. But this morning, I just got up and I went and took a walk because I was like, I don't need to be here. And I did like 6,000 steps before 10 a.m. And I just basically doubled it because I just felt like being out and about. So I went to Target just for fun. Didn't buy too much stuff. I got a couple of beach towels. And there was this top that I wanted that I know it's from the Fall 22 designer collection, but it didn't have any tags on it. And they were trying to charge me full price. And I'm like, that's a year old. I know that's not how you guys do things. After, I was like thinking maybe I should have brought it to customer service, but I don't care that much. I didn't need it, but I thought it was very fortunate that I found it. And then they were like, it's $40, which the thing is, I wouldn't have minded paying that, except I know that it has to be on clearance because their spring summer designer collection is already on clearance. You feel me? Like, if your new stuff is 50% off, how is your old stuff full price? You feel me? Anyway, hi. I haven't filmed for a little while. I guess I've just been in like a funky mood because now I'm just going. Really just in the mood. Whereas earlier this week, I had tried to film a video about post-art school burnout, and I was too burnt out to do it, to be honest. I couldn't get it done. But now, I'm ready for a chat. But I think part of the reason why it was so hard for me, and why I wasn't able to finish the video last time that I tried it, was I was trying to talk about burnout as a post-grad, like immediately after graduating from an arts program. And I right now I think I still am, but have been creatively burnt out like for a while. Which is part of why I started doing more like video stuff. I was looking for a creative outlet that didn't require so much from me the way that fashion and sewing and drawing required of me. Right now I make like picture collage mood boards and I do video stuff, and that's just a different type of creativity to me. I do a lot of little hobbies and stuff, and some are more costly energy-wise than others. I'm hot in here. Like, I think the most expensive for me, brain-wise, are writing and sewing. I should do it. I should do a tier list. Maybe I'll do that later. I think the thing is, for designing and sewing, it has a higher physical labor expense. But I think I'm better at completing projects and making it feel worth my time. But it's just the physical restrictions that I have, like space, is why I haven't been able to do it, and why I've been like searching for other outlets. And for writing, for me, what makes it expensive mentally is that I'm not really good at habit forming. So people will always tell me like, oh, just write every day, and then you just won't be able to pass a day without doing some writing. And that doesn't work for me at all. What will probably happen is I will get very little done and feel extra unaccomplished from it. Because I also work really slow, my writing when I do it is very word by word, sentence by sentence. Everything I put a lot of meaning into just prose, as opposed to some people are more like plot centered, and that's not me. I'm more like character, prose, words, as opposed to like big picture, like actions, excitement, adventure, if that makes any sense. So being slow to the point where, like, if I'm working for an hour and I've written like 50 words, that's not the worst for me. It's I really am very slow, like to the point where I can be working in a group and everyone shares their word count and people are like trying to console me, and I'm like, no, this is just my pace. So now I kind of don't do those. I feel like it makes other people feel bad, and I'm like, I'm fine. And them feeling bad is what makes me feel bad about my pace. And then I feel like my mental health really affects my ability to say a lot in writing. So that's something that I'm like, I just put it to the side and I'm like, it'll be there when it's ready for me. I feel like I could make myself get into a project, but I can't make myself do any type of writing that I care about if I'm not like motivated or inspired to do it, because I do think it's like a mental health issue, and I'm just going to need to like fix it. Thinking about how I should be in therapy. I'm going to put long videos like this underneath drawing. Am I? I've been really discouraged from drawing recently, but I started doing digital art because I got tendonitis in my writing hand. I think I have it in both hands, but in this one it's really bad. And I couldn't like draw in a sketchbook with a regular pencil without being in pain. So when I was getting a computer, I made sure to get one with, I have a Surface Pro, I think it's number 6. I wanted to get a tablet computer with a touchscreen and a pen so that I could draw, because the stylus, since it's thicker than a regular pen or pencil, I can draw with it without hurting my hand too badly. And when I was really burnt out after school, drawing, I did a lot of drawings. Just like, woo. But right now I'm kind of like, everything I draw, I look at it and I hate it. And I think I need to practice more with certain things like posing and sight drawing, because I don't like sell my drawings, except for very few of them that I've sold, like 3 or 4. So I don't have I just do it for fun. So I don't have a problem with tracing poses or like using poses as a reference, using like photographs I find online and like as reference, or like redlining them, you know what I mean? Because I'm doing it like for practice and for fun, not for profit. And it's not like I have a ton of followers for my art or anything. It's just something that like I just posted in my group chat, or like I used to put a lot of my art on Instagram, but now I'll post it in the stories. Like, I don't care, whatever. So I trace to practice, but I wouldn't I'm not going to get into the tracing debate any further than I already have. But because I've been doing tracing just so that I can enjoy art more, because like I think my favorite part is probably coloring, but to get to coloring I have to do sketching and line art and all that stuff, and I haven't been just to like fast track that process so that I can really be enjoying it. I'll trace a little more than I normally would, and now I feel like I need to practice again using sight reference and doing poses from my imagination instead of first doing sight reference for posing and then doing posing from my imagination. I feel like I need to work on those a bit more as well, but because I'm in that like space where even though I know what I want to do to improve, I'm looking at the stuff that I already have, or like the stuff that I already have the ability to do, and I'm like, this looks ugly to me. Which, that's just like a drawing problem. Your brain learns faster than your hands. So when you're improving, your art's gonna look ugly to you. And it just sucks. So because of that, I want to put drawing lower, but at the same time, when it comes to video, I'm new to it, and it's good. I got my first hate comments recently, 2 in a row. What makes video hard is, like on TikTok I just do outfits, and sometimes I talk a little bit, and then I'll post those on YouTube as well. So those are easy because, you know, I just turn to the side and show my shoes and my bag, spin in a circle like it's nothing, and then add like some music. I will do very slight editing. I recently did like a week of outfits, well, like 4 days. That maybe I should post that on here, but I'll decide. I'm getting a little bit more into the editing, slowly, and getting a little bit more comfortable talking. So that's not too much effort. Maybe I should separate like long and short, because like with longer stuff like this, that is more work. It's not bad when I'm in the mood to do it. Like right now, I'm sort of in the mood to be talking, and I'm relaxed, and I feel more just like this is gonna be okay. This is gonna be an okay video. But the thing is, even the editing can take like hours, like a long time. Especially because the way I film, so I'll shoot on my phone, and then it uploads straight to Google Photos. Then I open Google Photos on my laptop, and it takes long videos a long time to sync up. So just waiting for it to upload to where my computer is can take a while. And then I have to download those, which also takes a while. But like, at least I can do other stuff. And then the editing can take like a few hours depending on what I'm doing. I should just make shorter videos, but maybe I'm like obsessed with myself. I am. I have a big ego, actually. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Or I don't have the like, I don't even know how to describe it. I just like looking at myself, watching myself do things. I used to record myself drawing, and like I've done it for a couple different projects. Like this one time I was in a contest for my job where I made a video of myself drawing, or I took a screen recording of myself drawing in Photoshop. And the same thing for a fashion related thing that my school was doing after graduation. I liked watching it in like 1x speed, but that's like, that can be hours of drawing. So I know other people don't necessarily want to watch that. I know there are people who do watch people stream their art. I even stream my art on Discord for my friends. And there's a regular group of people who will come and watch me do it. But I think a stream is different from a video. I think people who, if you watch art videos, tell me. But I think people who watch that kind of stuff would rather watch a speed paint, or like I watch Drawfee, and they all work very fast. So sometimes I compare myself to them and I'm like, oh, I draw too slow, but it's fine. So I would be like, oh, I just love watching myself do, or watching this process happen, because if I'm screen recording myself, I'm not necessarily in the video, but I like watching just the brush strokes come in, and like I would put like bird noises or something over it, and it would be very relaxing to me. But then to like cut that video up and like shrink it actually doesn't take that much time to just speed something up to be from like 1 hour to 10 minutes. That kind of editing is very quick. Doing talking, especially when I'm kind of rambling like this, it can take longer because I have to like cut stuff out and like move things around in the timeline. when I'm in my house and when I've done like the hair videos, the longer ones, like, well, it depends. When I bleached my hair originally, I did it at like 6 in the morning, so there was no noise. See what I was saying? I'm a morning person when I'm free to be. So there was no noise in the house aside from me. I just had to cut out like little things, and I've been having a problem with my throat. I think it's anxiety related, honestly. But my doctor's like, that's like the last resort kind of thing, which I appreciate. But I also need help. Anyway. Yeah, I was having issues with my throat, so I had to cut out me clearing my throat the entire time. And like annoying sounds, like a creaky faucet, whatever. But it was not that bad. What was harder was, since I just let the video run, cutting out and speeding up the process. Especially when sometimes I would just be talking, and it was like, if I just shut up, I could have sped up this whole thing. But whatever. It's okay. And I kind of like how those videos came out. When I do like hair stuff, it gets more views, and no one has complained. If you do have a complaint, don't leave it. I mean, if you want, you can dislike the video. Just don't be mean to me in the comments. It's fine. So anyway, those are kind of worth the effort to me. Because I was going to be doing them anyway. And I don't think it slows me down that much, because I'm not doing a tutorial. I'm just doing the process, but like I look at my camera occasionally. So those are like medium. And overall, for longer videos, I'll put it underneath drawing, because there is the expense to me is more the like anxiety of I'm going to show this to the world, and then like doing all the work and then uploading it. It's like, ooh, anxiety. There's also that I will film something like this and I'll be like, okay, great, done, and then I forget that I have to edit it. It's really the editing for me that's tough. But I'm trying. And also, I definitely did rant about Premiere Pro already, but it's fighting me for some reason. The way I used to export my videos doesn't work anymore. It just like doesn't. So I've been having to do a different format that I think it makes them bigger, and it might lower the quality, but I don't know. So I'm trying to figure that out. I've been thinking about getting a camera, but I want it to be a reward for me. So I'm trying to like check off some of my goals before I do that. So I'm not the kind of person where like spending money on something will motivate me to use it. In my brain, when I spend money, it's gone. Like, I forget about it. Like, There's only been a couple of times where I've been like, oh yikes, I really did that. Like I bought an old refurbished computer just so I could play The Sims, and I felt sick about that for a long time. It's not that bad though. I can play The Sims now, even though I barely do, but when I want to, it's there. And it just holds my CC. It's great. Sometimes I feel bad about buying this car, honestly, because I was talking to my friend about this, and she was like, most people, when they buy their first car, they don't get one that's this nice. And it's not like my car is like luxury or anything, but when I went car shopping for the first time, I basically had it over with in like 30 minutes. This was the first car that I saw. It had just come off of a lease. It had like 20,000 miles, maybe less. Like, it was just great. Like, I took it for a very short test drive, and I was like, I like this. I'll get this. Like, all of the car dealerships were closed, and my dad was about to take me home because I needed to go to work, and one had just opened, so we pulled in. They hadn't even unlocked their doors yet, and I was like, show me show me cars. I feel like the universe put me in this car, but it was kind of expensive when I kind of maybe should have bought a more used car, like less features, less fancied up, because my insurance is very expensive, and the car payments are expensive. But at least at the end of the car payments, I get the car. You know, the insurance, they're basically holding me hostage. But I gotta stay strong. That's the best I could do. I'll make it out. What the hell was I talking about? Oh yeah, buying a camera. Yeah, I actually did buy a webcam and microphone with the intent, like, oh, this will motivate me to do YouTube videos. And then it didn't. Like, it just didn't. And I don't even use that stuff to film now. I just use my phone. I just had to be ready to do it. So I don't want to buy a camera just to be like, just because I'm like excited, or I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this, and then I end up not really using it. I want to at least have it as something that says, like, this is a gift to myself for accomplishing something. Because I bought a Nintendo Switch when I graduated to be like, this is my gift to myself for graduating, and I don't use it that much. But I don't feel regret about buying it because it was just like a fun little gift to myself. It wasn't like, I wasn't trying to justify it too much. It was just nice to have, so I don't feel guilty about it. I don't know, big ramble hours. So that being said, I think I'm going to put video underneath drawing for now, just because the physical work is more, even though I'm in a slump art-wise. But I'm going to do it long-form video, drawing, and then on top of that, short-form video, because TikToks are easy. I just do outfit videos. And I've been thinking about maybe making an outfit video compilation to put on here. But we'll see if I do that. That will be pretty easy to do. I just need to get my videos. And then at the top, I will put... Okay, in my mind, I'm like, the easiest hobby that I had was the one time that I made pickled radishes. because that made me feel great. I loved it. I gave a bunch of them away, and it was fantastic. But that's not really a hobby. I just did it one time, and I've been thinking to myself, oh, I should do that again. So that would be, to me, would be number one easiest outlet for me right now. But I just haven't had the will to go back to the grocery store and get more vinegar and vegetables. So that's in like an honorary S tier, but it's not really a hobby. But at the I want to put at the top the picture collages that I do. I try to do one a month, but sometimes I forget, or if I'm like too overwhelmed. Like last month I didn't do one, but yesterday when I was in the mood to do something creative, but I didn't have the energy or the desire to completely make something from scratch, like a drawing, that's what I did. And it did make me feel really good to be in Adobe Illustrator, cutting things out and like scrapbooking them together. And I like to post those on my alternative. I have like a fashion Instagram, and that's where I put the mood boards, since I haven't been sewing or like doing fashion sketches. I should do more fashion sketches, but that's basically drawing, because the way I do fashion sketches is I draw a character. Fun fact, I thought about doing illustration in art school, but only because someone saw some drawings I was doing and asked me if I was in illustration. I thought about it for a hot second, even though since I was like 4, I was like, I'm gonna be in fashion design. I was like, maybe I'll do illustration, but they're both too labor intensive to do both. So I was like, I have to follow my heart and not do illustration. I do think, if possible, because taking continuing ed classes is it's kind of expensive, but it's doable. I do think there's a possibility of me going and taking just some digital drawing classes, just like for me, not for any like career reason, just because I want to improve my art personally. That is something I might possibly do. But where I am with my like financial goals, that's not I'm not willing to spend money on that when there's other stuff that I want to accomplish first. And drawing is kind of like something you can be self-taught in. It does. I do generally. A lot of people are like, don't go to art school because you could just learn it yourself. I don't believe that, because being taught how to do something and learning how to do it yourself are completely different. If you're the type of person who like school is just not for you, not everyone needs it, and you can be successful without it. But for me, I know I could get where I want to go faster if I have guidance. And there are like courses you can do online that are cheaper or free. And yeah, take advantage of that if you can. But I'd like to be in a room with a teacher. So that's something that like I'll just go slow on my own until I'm like, okay, this is something that I really want to do now, is have some little school and like little assignments. I do not want to do homework again in my life, but for something I really enjoy, I do it. So I think that's my list. I'll have to keep track of that. I'll put it on the side over here. And at the very, very bottom, underneath fashion, is where I'll put puppets. Because I have made some puppets in the past, but even though I my sewing skills I know are strong enough, or like I know I have the capability to do it, but what I'm lacking in to make more puppets, even though I really want to make more, is the character design element. And I think that's like 1-2 punch of my writing brain and my drawing brain being kind of like in a dip. It's like all the hobbies that are kind of like for me right now, that's all of them. They combine forces to make puppet making. But I really want to make more. I love puppets. And this is something that people who know me really know about me, but people who are acquainted with me are like, huh? And it's just honestly not even that. It's more like if you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't. Because sometimes I just get in the mood where I'm like, I will talk about puppets for the next 35 minutes. And then other times I literally never bring it up. Because I like puppets and clowns and like dolls, and those are things that scare people. So I leave it alone. But I should make a puppet clown doll. Or something. That was just... We're going with this, my hobby tier list. If you like me, tell a friend. If you don't like me, tell an enemy. Comment in the comments your tier list of from least to most creatively expensive hobbies that you do. And even if they're not like so-called creative, even if it's like playing video games versus like watching a movie, comment your list of hobbies in order from least to most like taxing on you. Like the way I just did. Like, what is the hardest to get yourself to do versus what's the easiest to get yourself to do? And list them. I want to hear from you. I think that's about it. Bye. What is this? Beverages can be number 1 on the list, but it's not like I make them. They just make me happy. Okay, bye.